Good morning, my dear friends. First of all, let me thank all my students, all my well wishers, all my friends for providing their continued support and their motivation, encouragement, which is making me to make these videos, educational videos, regularly. I feel that it's my responsibility also to share the knowledge which I do have with the person who actually requires it. Knowledge is not forced to anyone, it is purely on the choice of the person. If we do have desire, endless opportunities are available with us. There are no restrictions now. The technology has got advanced in much more manner. We do not have those days which we actually have faced during our childhood, where only one textbook was available with us. No other source of information was available with us. We were not even knowing about ABCD of internet. We were not in a position to have an effective communication, but the situation has changed. Technology has advanced to a great manner where within seconds we are in a position to connect. Within seconds we are in a position to transfer our data through email, through WhatsApp, through Facebook. Many things are there. Now people they are connected with each other virtually every time 24 hours. Video calls are possible now. One can see each other. Those things we did not see in our childhood. And we thought that it will be just like a dream. We only were knowing about God. That God only was having that type of power, or our ancient saints, gurus, which are being described in Ramayana, Mahabharata, who was the foreteller, astrologer, who were knowing each and everything. They even could create a situation, virtual screen in front of you, and the person can see his or her future. Here we are not talking about future. We don't see anything about future. But yes, of course, some of the pupils, some of the scientists, they are working also to develop such type of software which can tell about the future of an individual. We have seen more number of videos. It may be only for fun. Okay, it may be only for fun. But from that fun, sometimes truth will come out after some time. So today the topic which I am going to discuss is differentiation. Application of derivatives I have already discussed, and I have already uploaded video yesterday. There I talked little about differentiation. Today I am going to talk about basics of differentiation. Basics of differentiation and some of the questions which are there in CBSE exercise 5.2 related to differentiation, differential calculus, that we will be solving today. Okay, so let us proceed to solve questions related to differentiation. Okay, so as I have already informed you, we are going to talk about differentiation today. So differentiation, little bit I have already talked. Now, a function, suppose there is a function, you can say y is equal to fx. Then to find dy by dx of this y function, which is denoted by f dash x, is actually called differentiation. Is actually called differentiation. Now this dy by dx, which is f dash x, is actually what? It is limit h tends to 0 fx plus h minus fx by x plus h minus x, which will be giving to you f dash x is limit h tends to 0 f x plus h minus fx by x will get cancelled, so h. So this particular part f dash x is actually dy by dx, and this is called differentiation, where we adopt the limits rules. Limit h tends to 0 fx plus h minus fx. If we say this, we can say that a function fx can be said to be differentiable at a point C. At a point C, if and only if you can say limit h tends to 0 fc is equal to, not limit h tends to 0, h tends to plus limit h tends to 0 minus fc. Okay. So if this two limit is existing, then only, sorry, it is f dash c, not fc, f dash c. If this is the condition specified is applicable, then only the function fx can be said as differentiable at a point C. Okay, then only it can be said as differentiable at a point C. Okay, right. Now I feel that differentiation is the concept is cleared. In next one, I will show that how we are going to utilize. This is called actually principle of first principle, differentiation using first principle. So how it can be? Let us see here. So what I told, that a function can be said as differentiable f dash x, that is what, dy by dx, and y is what, y is equal to fx, then it will be equal to f x plus h minus fx by h, where limit h tends to 0. Okay, right. So if any point C, if it will be there x equal to c, then x will be replacing as c. Okay, right. Now I say that if we are given y is equal to sin x, Then dy by dx, we know that it is cos x. Differentiation. Now, how we will be utilizing first principle to prove this dy by dx is equal to cos x. So, let us see now. So, we can say that f dash x, which is dy by dx, using first principle, this is first principle, for this sin x, we can write what? Sin x plus h minus sin x. So, fx plus h is sin x plus h, and minus fx is sin x. Okay? Right. Divided by h. Now, we will be utilizing what? Sorry. Sin A minus sin B. So, sin A minus sin B is equal to what? It will be equal to, here we will be writing 2 cos A plus B by 2, okay, and sin A minus B by 2, right? So, this formula we are going to apply here. Right. Now, we will write here 2 cos A plus B means x plus h plus x by 2, and then sin x plus h minus x by 2 divided by h. Now, what it will be? 2 cos, so 2x by 2, so it will be giving x only plus h by 2, correct? Here x and minus x will get cancelled, so it will be giving sin h by 2. Now, this 2, if we will be bringing at the denominator, so we can very well write as h by 2, and we need not to write this 2 there, okay. So, we need not to write here 2. Okay. Now, this f dash x, oh sorry, here I have forgotten to write limit h tends to 0. Compulsorily, limit have to be taken, limit h tends to 0, limit h tends to 0. Okay. Now, I will not be writing here, let us not write here, I will be writing here. Then, f dash x is equal to limit h tends to 0 cos x plus h by 2 into limit h tends to 0 sin h by 2 by h by 2. Now, remember what we have studied in limits and continuity, that limit theta tends to 0 sin theta divided by theta is equal to what? It will be equal to 1. Okay. So, similar case is here also. So, it will be equal to 1. So, this one will be f dash x equal to limit h tends to 0 cos x plus h by 2 into 1. If h tends to 0, so this h will become 0 and we will be getting what? Cos x, once we will apply the limit. So, f dash x, which is dy by dx, we have got by utilizing first principle as cos x, which is we have learned already. Now, I will give one more example here. Okay, for an algebraic function, I will give an example. Right. Now, if suppose y is equal to some fx is equal to x square. What I told in differentiation, if we will go for dy by dx, so it will become 2x. For x square it will be 2x. Why? Because dy by dx of y, if it is xn, so it is what? Nx n minus 1. Correct? Okay, nx n minus 1. So this is there. This is for f dash x. Applying this same formula here, now we will not apply, we will use first principle. So I am going to use f dash x, which is limit h tends to 0. So fx plus h minus fx by h. It will be giving us limit h tends to 0. Fx plus h means x plus h whole square minus x square by h. Then limit h tends to 0, x square plus h square plus 2xh minus x square by h. Now this x square will get cancelled. Now limit h tends to 0, h we can take common. So h plus 2x by h will get cancelled. Applying the limit, okay, limit h tends to 0, h plus 2x. So h will be tending to 0, it will become 2x. So f dash x will be equal to 2x. The same what we have got here, okay, 2x. So this we need to apply. So in this way, with first principle, we can solve and we can prove differentiation for all the functions. Okay, one more thing I want to tell, that a differential function, okay, a differentiable function is continuous, whereas a continuous function may or may not be differentiable. To check for the differentiability, I have already told that we have to check limit h tends to 0, means left hand limit 0 minus f dash x, and limit h tends to 0 plus f dash x. If these two are equal, only in the case when these two are equal, then only we can say that the function is differentiable. So some of the questions we will be already solving here also, where we will be proving whether the function is differentiable or not. Okay. Now let us solve. In normal manner, we are not going to solve this differentiation with the help of first principle. In normal manner, we will be solving utilizing chain rule. Another thing also I will tell, that for a function like d by dx of sin x is equal to cos x, d by dx of cos x is equal to minus sin x, d by dx of tan x is equal to secant square x, d by dx of cot x is equal to minus cosecant square x, d by dx of secant x is secant x tan x, d by dx of cosecant x is equal to minus cosecant x cot x. Okay. Similarly, d by dx of xn, x to the power n, is equal to nx n minus 1. Now in case of two functions multiplied, like d by dx, two functions uv are multiplied together, then what we will be doing, we will go for differentiation in this manner: u dv by dx plus v du by dx. Okay. In case of functions which are divided, then in this case v du by dx minus u dv by dx divided by v square. This is the rule. These are the rule for differentiation. Okay. Similarly, we can go for chain rule. Chain rule means if we want to find dy by dx, can be dy by dt, some another function with respect to t, into dt by dx can be written. Okay. So it may be dy by dx is equal to dy by dt into dt by dz into dz by dv into dv by dx. So like this, we can go for chain rule. Chain rule. Right? So these are some of the methods which we will be utilizing for differentiation. Okay. Now see here. Like we are given y is equal to sine x square plus 5. Always it will be given differentiation, the function with respect to x. Means the function will be having x as the variable. Okay. So if we want to find dy by dx, which is fx only, so we can write that dy by, so sine is here, two functions are there. One is algebraic function x square plus 5. Another is sine function is there. So one thing we can do, that we can utilize like you can say z is equal to x square plus 5. Okay. Then here we can find dz by dx and it will become 2x dz by dx. Also I want to tell that a constant d by dx of a constant number a, it is equal to 0. For a constant, d by dx is 0. Okay. So here dz by dx has become 2x. Then f dash x will become what? D by dx of d by dz of z. Right? So z is what? Sorry, not z, sine z. Okay. Okay. Sine z. Then it will become cos z. Right? Now, as per chain rule, dy by dx is equal to dy by dz into dz by dx. If it is there, then dy by dz is what? Cos z into dz by dx is 2x. So further, what it will be there? 2x into cos z is what? X square plus 5. So it is x square plus 5. Okay. So in this way, we can find out differentiation. Right. Let us go to next function. Okay. So here again two functions are there. One is cos function, another one is sine function. Okay. So what we can do? D by dx. Okay. Dx of, you can say, cos sine x into d by dx of sine x. This is called chain rule. Okay. So cos sine x will give you that minus sine x into d by dx of sine x will give you cos x. So it will become minus cos x and sine x. Okay. Right. Similarly, here also f dash x is equal to d by dx of sin ax plus b, correct, right, into d by dx of ax plus b. So it will become cos ax plus b into d by dx of ax plus b, so it will be giving you a. So it will become a cos ax plus b. Why? Because d by dx of b will be 0. It is constant. Okay, a into x, so d by dx of x will give you only a. Right. Fourth one. Here we have got secant 10 root x. Okay. So fx is equal to, now f dash x will be, so d by dx of secant 10 root x into d by dx of 10 root x into d by dx of root x. Okay, right. So here d by dx of secant, so secant theta, what it was there, secant 10 root x, 10 again 10 root x, okay, then into d by dx of 10 root x, so secant square root x into d by dx of root x, so root x can be written as x to the power 1 by 2, okay, root x can be written as x to the power 1 by 2, d by dx of root x, so it will be half x to the power half minus 1. So it is what? Half minus 1 is minus 1 by 2. So it will become half, and x to the power minus 1 by 2 will make it as root x, okay, in the denominator, right? Okay. So this what we have got, half root x into secant square root x into secant 10 root x 10 root x. Okay. Now coming to u by v method. Okay. So here f dash x, we are going to utilize the method which we have learned. So for what we have learned, f dash x for u by v will be, okay, it is v du by dx minus u dv by dx by v square. So here v is cos cx plus d, u is sin ax plus b. So cos cx plus d into d by dx of sin ax plus b minus sin ax plus b into d by dx of cos cx plus d. Okay, right. Further, cos cx plus d whole square, sorry, completely whole square, like this. So it will become cos square cx plus d whole square. Okay, right. Now here you can see that here sin ax plus b is there. It means we need to go for d by dx of again ax plus b also. Similarly here also we need to go for d by dx of, okay, so here we can say that d by dx of ax plus b also will be there. Here we need to multiply of d by dx of cx plus d also. Okay, now in this case cos cx plus d, cos cx plus d into d by dx of sin ax plus b, so it is cos ax plus b into d by dx of ax plus b, so only a, minus sin ax plus b into cos cx plus d, so it will become minus sin cx plus d, so that minus and minus will make it plus, so we will make it as sin cx plus d into d by dx of cx plus d will give as c. Okay, right, divided by cos cx plus d here whole square. Okay, now if we will be dividing this cos cx plus d with this cos square cx plus d, then in that case we will be getting here, so 1 cos cx plus d will be there in denominator, so here we can get a cos ax plus b, then second cx plus d, because 1 by cos cx plus d will become second cx plus d. Okay, plus now here sin cx plus d and 1 cos cx plus d can become as 10 cx plus d, and 1 by cos cx plus d will become second cx plus d. So we can write c sin ax plus b into 10 cx plus d into second cx plus d. Okay, yes, we can write second cx plus d, we can take common, second cx plus d we can take common from both expression, and it will become a cos ax plus b plus c sin ax plus b and 10 cx plus d. This answer we will be getting for this f dash x. Okay, now this is the formula for uv, so f is given as uv, so f dash x. Okay, or so u is the function of x, v is the function of x, so in that case u dv by dx plus v du by dx. This formula we are going to apply now. Okay, and separately cos x cube, then x cube also has to be solved, x cube also has to be differentiated, that part we should not forget. Inside also one function is there. So now fx is given to us as cos x cube into sin square x to the power 5. Okay, so sin square is given to us, sin square is given to us, right? Okay, so we can write as cos x cube into sin x to the power 5 square, like this we can write. Not, we cannot write this one as you can say, because cos cube x is not there, cos x cube is there. Let us solve separately. Okay, then we will combine them together. So d by dx of cos x cube will be equal to what? D by dx of cos x cube into d by dx of x cube only. So it is giving to us as minus sin x cube and into 3x square. So minus 3x square sin x cube. Similarly, d by dx of sin x to the power 5 square. So it will become d by dx of sin x to the power 5 square into d by dx of, okay, d by dx of sine x to the power 5, sine x to the power 5, then into d by dx of x to the power 5. So three things are there. One is square, another one is sine x to the power 5, and another one is x to the power 5. So in this case it will become, so it will be just applying twice sine x to the power 5 into sine x to the power 5 will become cos x to the power 5 into x to the power 5 is 5x 4. So this is giving to us as 10 x to the power 4, 5 into 2, and then sine x to the power 5 cos x to the power 5. Now here, utilizing the same principle, we will be writing f dash x. Okay, so f dash x is equal to, so cos x cube d by dx of sine square x to the power 5 plus sine square x to the power 5 d by dx of cos x cube. Right? Okay. Then it is cos x cube sine x square x to the power 5 already we have solved. So we have got 10x to the power 4 sine x to the power 5 cos x to the power 5. Okay. Right? Okay. Plus sine square x to the power 5 into cos x cube, what we do have, minus 3x square sine x cube. So minus 3x square sine x to the power 3. So this is completely, we need to multiply, no problem. So we will be writing 10x to the power 4 cos x to the power cube sine x to the power 5 cos x to the power 5. Then here it will become minus 3x square sine square x to the power 5 sine x to the power cube. Okay, right. If we can keep in bracket, no problem. This also we can keep it in bracket. Okay. So this is our f dash x for this expression. Now question number 7, it has become, so we are given fx is equal to 2, we can write cot x square to the power 1 by 2. Whole root can be written as 1 by 2. So here f dash x will become 2 and d by dx of cos x square to the power 1 by 2. Here we need to put like this, to the power 1 by 2 into d by dx of cot x square into d by dx of x square only. Okay, right. Right. So it will become now 2 times of anything which is to the power half. We have seen that already for d by dx of root x, what we have written, 1 by 2 root x. Okay, so similarly here it will become 1 by 2 root cot x square. Right. Oh, sorry. So this one we will put in bigger bracket. Okay, into cot x square. So for cot minus cosecant square. Okay, so cosecant square x square, right, into d by dx of x square, so it is 2x. Okay, now it will be, so we will multiply here, so 2 into 2 will get cancelled, this 2 and this 2 will be cancelling because all are in multiplication only, so no need to worry. So this is 2x into minus, so it will become minus 2x also cosecant square x square, okay, divided by whole root cot x square. So this will be our answer, f dash x. Okay. Now question number 8. fx is given as cos root x. So f dash x will become d by dx of cos root x into d by dx of root x. So it will become minus sine root x into d by dx of root x is what? Half root x, will be giving minus sine root x divided by 2 root x. Okay. Okay. So for this question, as we have already discussed, that we need to say that this function is differentiable only when left hand limit and right hand limit both are equal. It means limit h tends to 0 minus of f dash x will be equal to limit h tends to 0 plus for f dash x. So for left hand limit h tends to 0 f dash x will be f x plus h minus fx by h, and limit h tends to 0 minus, it is limit. Okay, so further, so here mod of x minus 1 is given, so we can write that because at x equal to 1 we need to find, so we can write 1 plus in place of h, so 1 plus h minus 1 mod minus mod of 1 minus 1, okay, divided by h, whereas limit h tends to 0 minus. So here we have got 1 cancelled and limit h tends to 0 minus, and here h minus 0 by h. Okay, now as it is limit h tends to 0 minus, so this is actually mod of h. So mod of h, when h tends to 0 minus, it will be minus h. Okay, so it will be actually minus h by h, and which is giving to us as minus 1. Okay, it will be minus h because it will be negative. Now similarly we have to find right hand limit. So limit h tends to 0 f dash x will be fx plus h minus fx by h, and whereas it is limit h tends to 0 plus, now right hand limit. So again 1 plus h minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, okay, divided by, because at x equal to 1 we need to find, so limit h tends to 0 plus and h. Again this 1 will get cancelled, here also 1 will get cancelled, so it is 0, and in place of that h right hand limit, okay, so this mod of h will be, when h tends to 0 plus, it will be positive only, so it will be h by h, and which is equal to 1. So we found that limit h tends to 0 minus of fx f dash x is equal to limit h tends to 0 plus of f dash x. Both are not equal, actually both are not equal, one is minus 1, one is plus 1. So in this case the function is not differentiable. the function fx is equal to x minus 1 is not differentiable. Is not differentiable at x equal to 1. Okay, right. Now question number 10, similarly we need to prove. So we are given fx is equal to x, greatest integer function, and x is between 0 to 3. We need to find that whether the function is differentiable at x equal to 1 and x equal to 2 or not. So same procedure we will be following. Okay, so limit h tends to 0 minus, we can say, so f dash x we need to find. So f dash x is what? It is x only. So you can say x plus h, and suppose at x equal to 1 we are going to find first. At x equal to 1 we will be finding first. So it will become 1 plus h. Okay, minus 1 divided by, so limit h tends to 0 minus and h. Right? Okay. Now in this case, this 1 plus h in bracket and minus 1. So now when h is tending to 0 minus, in that case this h will become 0. You can say here h tends to 0 minus, so it will be negative. So 1 will be, means from 1 if you are subtracting something, it will be moving towards 0, because x we need to keep between 0 and 3. So it will become what? It will become 0. So 0 minus 1 by h, and limit h tends to 0 minus. Okay, so in this case we are getting limit h tends to 0 minus and minus 1 by h. So if h we will be putting 0, it will become infinity. So it will become infinity. Similarly, when we are going for limit h tends to 0 plus of f dash x, so same way now, so limit h tends to 0 plus 1 plus h minus 1 by h. Okay, so in this case, if it is plus, okay, so at x equal to 1, if it is plus, then it will be 1 only, positive. So it will be positive, it will not be going for negative side. Okay, then 1 minus 1 by h we are getting. So this 1 will get cancelled. So it will be getting 0 by h, limit h tends to 0 plus. Before putting the limit itself, it has become 0. Okay, so limit 0 is 0 only. So here once again we have found that limit h tends to 0 minus is not equal to limit h tends to 0 plus at x equal to 1. Similarly, we will be finding at x equal to 2. X equal to 2. Okay, so limit h tends to 0 minus. Now at h is equal to 2, so it will become 2 plus h minus 1 by h. Right? Then it will be limit h tends to 0 minus 2 plus h minus 1 by h. So if it is lesser side, we can place it as 1. Okay, so this one will become 1 and minus 1 by h. It is giving as 0. 0 will be equal to 0. Now limit h tends to 0 plus 2 plus h minus 1 by h. It is giving to us as 2 minus 1 by h, and this is 1 by h. Okay, and if we are putting limit h tends to 0 plus, it is becoming infinity. The answer will be infinity. Again here limit h tends to, sorry, okay, not this one, limit h tends to 0 minus is not equal to, for f dash x, I will be writing properly, limit h tends to 0 minus for f dash x is equal to limit h tends to 0 plus f dash x is not equal. If it is not equal at x equal to 2, the function is not differentiable. The function is not differentiable. So like this, we need to solve the problems and we need to prove that whether the function is differentiable or not. Okay. So thank you very much. We will be meeting once again with the next video, and thanks for your continued support, motivation and encouragement. Thank you very much.